Okay, this is my thoughts and reflections on the 40-day fasting of 2024. We'll go through the introduction first. Yeah, it's an annual occurrence that occurs for 40 days around the time of the National Day. So let's read through the introduction. One longing we all share to rest securely in an unshakable life. We all want the good things we enjoy to last forever. But life has a tendency to fling various hardships our way, leaving us insecure and fearful. Some of these adversities shake us to the core, and we then find ourselves scrambling to build security, desperately trying to remove every ounce of uncertainty. And I'll just move it in a little bit. Pretty soon we discovered that that's not because work because we lack the power, resources, and foreknowledge. The broken world keeps punching us in the face. Governments disappoint, employers downsize, economies crash, relationships fall apart, loved ones die, sleep still. We live in a broken world. We live in a decaying world, you know. All right. Apart from God, some are left shaken, longing for security. That longing exists because sin separated us. Yeah, but the world is in a state of decay. The kingdoms of this world remain shakeable, uncertain, insecure, and fragile. It's only with God that anyone finds real security in an unshakable kingdom. Jesus wants to give us an unshakable kingdom. Hebrews 12, 18 to 29. And I can try and pull it up here. Gosh dang it. How do I do this? Okay, I gotta put another one in here. We're not counting a mountain that may be touched or burned, and fire with blackness and tempest, and the sound of a trumpet and a voice of word. Beg it, the word should not be spoken to them anymore. How do I close this? For they could not endure what was commanded, and so much as a beast touches a mountain, it shall be stoned or shot with an arrow. I'm exceedingly afraid and trembling. But you have come to Mount Zion, to the city of the living God. This is very messy. To the heavenly Jerusalem, innumerable company of angels, to the general assembly of the church and firstborn who are registered in heaven, God, well, through Jesus, the mediator of the new covenant. See, they do not refuse him with speech, but they did not escape who refused him who spoke on earth. Much more shall we not escape if we are turned away from him who speaks to heaven. Whose voice then shook the earth. And now it's promising yet once more I shake not only the earth but also heaven. Now this yet once more. Therefore, since we are receiving a kingdom which cannot be shaken, let us have grace which by which we may serve God acceptably with reverence and godly fear. See? A lot of people are not doing that nowadays. It's very scary. You're like, oh yeah, I go to church. Which church do you go to? Come on. We worship Jesus Christ. We don't worship a church. Which church do you go to? That's a question we always get. Maybe okay, we can just ask denomination, like, are you Catholic, are you Anglican, Protestant, SDA Mormon, which actually is not very good. Mormon is a cult. Or Free Grace, which is a bit of a gray area. Our God is a consuming fire. Pentecostal is something very Pentecostal. All right, back to the notes. It's like, oh, I juggle this here and there, you know. Hebrews, okay, motivates Christians not to abandon Jesus, correct? And we read just now that Hebrews are written to Jewish Christians. Jewish Christians. You know, there's a group called Christian Zionists, and actually, I discovered or heard in the something conference. LISO Elohim has mentioned about. They encounter what they call Zionist Christian Zionists, and they are not there by choice. Their heritage is Jewish, so the correct term to use for Jewish Christian. This was due to their own passivity and persecution. Jewish Christians may have considered abandoning their faith since following Jesus and went through sacrifice. Has anyone showed up? No. Good. This may also be a sequence that believers experience today. This is very bad. Yep, he's right. Okay, exhort the Jewish believers to rejoice in the glories of Mount Zion or Mount Sinai. Sinai represents the old order passing away. Sinai exposes our separation from God. Does it? Sinai is filled with fear of God's imposing holiness and strict judgment on anyone that crosses him. Under the law, what was the children of Israel could feel? Okay, so this is just an introduction. We're still coming up to day 1, which is going to be there, and the subsequent days are going to be shorter. But thanks to God, that is not the mountain we have come to. God's righteousness, separation, no assurance, we approach His throne freely. Yep, you need to pay something to approach His throne, kind of like a toll, so a sacrifice or something like that. Okay, mountain union with Christ, the writer of Hebrews said, we have come to a far better mountain. It is Mount Zion. If I refer to verse 22, which but you come to Mount Zion. Okay, this is where the reference is. The general assembly of the church of the firstborn who are registered in heaven. I think it's Jehovah's Witness, or is it the Mormons who got this a bit wrong? It's like the 144,000 thing. Yeah. So it's like, oh yeah, not 144,000. In Zion, God is still the same God whose holiness will not tolerate sin. Yeah, absolutely. But what change of God took away our sins through Jesus? Yep. Reality of writer Hebrews in verse 25, he tells us not to refuse to listen the warnings of God. Oh, this guy is live. Why am I receiving my own alerts? Very weird. The shaking of the earth, Sinai, is nothing compared to the shaking that will occur on the last day. Haha. Warning after warning comes to us. So like COVID and all those stuff, There's more to come. We must give a more earnest heed to the things that we have heard to give a less regret away. So he's putting out verses here. Beware, brethren, lest bearing any of you, evil our unbelief in departing from the living God. For it's impossible for those who were once enlightened. Let's see the context. Hebrews 3:12. Hebrews 3. Wait, hold on. Hebrews 3. Oh, Hebrews 2:1. Okay, Hebrews 2. We'll go back to the previous chapter. Oh, okay. Steadfast transgression, obedience, how should we escape? What about the last part of 1? Sit at my right hand till I make your enemies your footstool. Okay, this is the part that says by enemies your footstool. I'm mindful of him. All right. 3:12. Okay. For it's impossible for those who once enlightened and tasted the heavenly gift, which be a good word of God and the powers of age of him. If they fall away, to renew them again to repentance, since they crucify again for themselves the Son of God, put him to open shame. For if we sin willfully, why does no one read this part of the Bible? After we have received the knowledge of the truth, there no longer remains a sacrifice for sins, but a certain fearful expectation of judgment. Judgment, no? And a fiery indignation which will devour the adversaries. Let's take here the warning so we can take hold of the unshakable kingdom. Yeah, but you know, no one's listening. May we always give thanks that we have received a kingdom that cannot be shaken. May we persevere to serve God acceptably, reverence, and the godly fear, for our God is a consuming fire. May these great truths penetrate in the most fabric of our faith. Alright, shocked by the circumstances, we will not be shaken by them. Okay? Even though may things rumble, rattle, rupture, well, COVID-19 is just a dot. And the war is just another dot, you know. But it's like getting better and better every day, right? Don't you agree? The kingdom that cannot be shaken. The only big kingdom remain when he returns to consummate all things. See Hebrews 9:28. 9:28. So I have to keep juggling this. Bear the sins of many those who eagerly wait for him. Okay, he will appear for a second time. What's the context? To suffer for foundation once at the end, which enters the most holy place every year with blood of another. Okay. In his return, he will fulfill God's pledge to shake both heavens and the earth. That cannot be shaken will remain. So 12:26 to 27. Whose voice shook the earth. Okay. Shake the earth. And so this is the big clue. So you kind of actually should hear his voice, but then again, he will come quietly. So I don't know. Only remains what will happen. God knows what. The kingdoms of this world and economies are shaking. You see? War, diseases, pestilence, all those stuff. People struggle with identity crisis. You know, I've been filling out certain forms, especially those on Google. I haven't seen such a thing as the gender selector. You have a slider. Who do you most identify as? So you can slide like, oh, I'm 50% female. I am 20% male. You know, the rest of it 80% is female. Come on, be politically correct. or particularly incorrect, rather. End-time prophecies, whether we're true or false, create anxiety, yeah. And contribute to weakening of faith. Yes, I have seen people who have fallen off. Receiving him cannot be shaken. This is a profound. I mean, I met someone who has left it and say, "Oh, everything else is the same. Everyone else is the same." No, they're not. Not all belief systems are the same. It's not like kingdoms of this world rise and fall and are subject to the whims and rulers and attached to history. God's kingdom is unchanging and unshakable, for it stands firm. What then does that mean for us? First, it means that we can have confidence in God's rule. Yeah, obviously. We don't have to worry that God will change his mind. His kingdom is secure. It's all immortalized in the Bible. Come on. This gives us a firm foundation of faith. But then again, why is the complete Bible not given to us? There's like Second Maccabees, First Maccabees, Lamentations of Rome, or Clement, First Clement, Second Clement, the Didache. Yeah. We can strive for righteousness, love, and peace. We can seek to do God's will in all things. Correct. Next, God's kingdom gives us hope. In a world that is chaotic and uncertain, we can find comfort. All right? We can look forward to a day when God's kingdom will be fully realized and when all things will be made new. Okay, there is a condition here, God will come down and judge us all, of what we did. So, yeah. He totally left that part out here. Anyway. Finally, the stability of God's kingdom calls us to a life of faithfulness and should inspire us to share the good news with other people. Because we want them to know about it. We want them to experience the peace. I've got a new computer coming soon, so hopefully the broadcast will be a bit better. I don't know. So let's be bold in sharing our faith. Obviously. Knowing that just the message we proclaim is not a nice idea or a comforting thought, but a reality that can transform life. Bold in sharing our faith. Okay. As a disclaimer here, the federal constitution in this area allows us to freely practice our belief system. In no way this has to be taken as a compulsion or anything. It's just an educational thing. In having said that, I don't know why there's a rule that we cannot share it publicly. It's a bit weird. Prayers that you gain by listening to Jesus, obviously through devotional content. They've actually recorded YouTube videos that's really good. Just like Jesus video. Remember Jesus Christ. Same, obviously. Spiritual lifestyle, okay? It's going to be a bit long here. I think there's another 2 forwards. The outward form of religiosity is a defining mark of a compromised spirituality when the inner spiritual is absent. Everything is reduced in external rituals and habits. Well, there you go. It is having a form and not having an inner life. Hence, unwittingly, this leads to people trying to please people instead of pleasing God. The lack of spiritual vitality and authenticity speaks of an inner spiritual emptiness and vacuum. We live in pretense and spiritual indifference that are shakeable foundations in any vulnerable circumstance. How are we to cultivate an unshakable foundation? Okay, basically this is a manual of using this, so we can read in silence. There is the Bible speed reading program, which is the reading the word in big portions. Yeah. Stick to your reading plan if you already have it. Basically, Heavenly Father. If not, then maybe just read. Feel live right is pointless to be engaged in external rituals without corresponding change of heart. There you go. Some people just attend church as a ritual. Stand up, you stand up. Sing, you sing. Sit down, you sit down. Keep quiet, you keep quiet. Stand up, you read the Bible. Checklist of our motives, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the boastful pride of life. So there you go. Okay? Who are we trying to please, yeah? Think about that. Be careful not about living a life of unforgiveness and bondage of the world's pleasures. It's hard to do, but you have to forgive. So yeah, love thy enemy. The Lord is great. The Lord is great. The letter is a great opportunity. Okay, this is a donation call. All right, this is day one. We live in an unshakable world where often takes a crisis, usually a painful one. Our world is disoriented and highly vulnerable because it's in a state of decay. And security can be removed at any moment. What will the future be like? K77. We do not know what the financial and political situation will be like the next week, month, or even days. But we do know that it's a time of to test and know our own evil and the weaknesses of our own inner being. How then can we handle and overcome our shakable inner being that responds to available for sudden circumstances? When we're reminded in Hebrews 12:1-2, therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, I like this term, very modern, like internet. Let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with endurance through the race that's set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of faith. The pursuit of our inner being will build in building our spiritual muscles to do well to focus on. Now, I was listening to Sam Shamoon just now and earlier, and he talked about why God delays prayer. It is for us so that we can pray more, strengthen our spiritual muscles. A bit like exercise. It's a bit like exercise. The joy of looking to Jesus who endured suffering and shame at the cross despite our personal struggles, financial crisis, or illnesses. See, look, do not let every weight and sin affect your spiritual life. Overcome them. This is them. With the discipline of reading the Word of God. Okay. Romans 8:26. Romans 8. I forgot if I can do it. Type short form. Likewise, the Spirit also helps us in our weaknesses, for we do not know what we should pray for as we ought, but the Spirit himself makes intercession. I can actually show banners here. See. Yeah. So, of course, no instance which cannot be uttered. A lifestyle of a daily discipline pursuing the inner being aims at knowing God, the perfect and finishes of our faith in the inner shakable world. The world can be shaken, not stirred. Today's prayers. I suppose I'll just let you guys read in contemplation. Yeah, and we will pray that he will know God as well, the truth. We need to be a beacon of light. So that's about it. There's my thoughts and reflections on day 1 of 40-day fast and prayer, National Day Fast and Prayer.